pistol in a bait room because there's no AC. I'll open that up. But we got a great show tonight. It's not going to be a really long show, but you guys that have been wanting Baby One Minuses and Mann's Minus One series, we're going to have a ton of that tonight. I've got several. I have a friend that wanted me to sell some baits for him, and he sent me a box of this stuff. There he is. This is all from Behead. So he sent me a box of this stuff and to sell out here. And I appreciate that. Good friend from a long time in tackle sales. But I'll show you a little preview of what we got here. I did have somebody locally request to save him one, so I'm going to save him a couple. I got to take care of him because he's one of a few BFLs. But what's up, Scott? So here's what we got here. Look at here. These are pretty rare. This is a rare color. This is called Threadfin Shad. It is double stamped. This is just a mid one. There's a chartreuse green back. It's not double stamped. This one is double stamped. I was told this one is very rare. So if you don't know, copper split rings, double stamped. That's the oldest ones. But we got gray ghost, chartreuse. We got some chromes. Lots of baby one minuses, lots of mid minus ones, and lots of the big guys. These are very underrated. This is just a regular minus one. Oh, gray ghost, copper split rings, dude. That's the deal. Now in this box, there's also some bandits. We got some pretty rare color 100s and some footloose tonight, and then I got my own bandits. I got a 1100 series. So, and then I've got some Bill Norman crankbaits, some DD22s, some DD14s, and the tripod is back. So let me get this thing hooked on the tripod, and I got some giveaways to run tonight as well. A matter of fact, I think I may run the old Balsa Bull tonight. So if we get enough people in here that are interested, I may run the Balsa Bull. And then I'll just run some random baits. I've got, random stuff I can run. Let me see if I can. Let me take me a quick pause. And a Balsa Bull Bobcat. The OGs know about this one. This is a black label. I don't know if I have any um, black labels I can sell, but I've got a buddy, Commando. Send me a message. I got a buddy who just messaged me the other day and said, "Yeah, there's a reason you don't hear about it or see it on here, Bobcat. It's pretty rare bait. It's a balsa top order bait made by Mike Buca, the guy who made Bull Shad. He made a run of the balsa bulls. Really good bait. Yeah, it does kind of look like a Sammy. It's actually there's another balsa bait made uh, before that. It's called a Balsa Pro. The Balsa Pro was basically very similar to this, and then he started making these. Not many out there. Um, I'm gonna go run and get some stuff for a giveaway. Um, I'm gonna I'll go ahead and run the giveaway. I'm gonna get you some 6 cent stuff. I'll run giveaway number one. Got to be follower, and I'll be right back and show you what you're going to get. We got to go get some giveaway stuff. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right, giveaway number one, guys. We're going to have a little 6 cents package here. I'm going to give you some new Party Minnow 4.0s, and I'm going to throw in a pack of panoramas. So this is a really good little finesse swim bait. It's actually really good drop shotting. Yeah, I can do some micro lures later, Harrison. I've got a box full. So party minnows and a panorama. That's giveaway number one. Let's see what else is in there. Oh, that's nice. I might have to use them. All right. Y'all get into that. I got a bunch of micro lures I'm going to run tonight as well. So, but I'm sure the guys that are in here, we have got a box of Mann's crankbaits from the 1- to the baby 1-. That's what we're going to do tonight. I'm starting them all at $1. You'll have 30 seconds on sudden death. Let me make sure I got all my stuff. Yes, I have a Sharpie. And I need to find one more box to throw all this stuff in. Sorry, I'm not prepared. All right, got my shipping box ready. Y'all just gonna have to deal with the lawnmower. I'm really sorry, but all right. Let's just test the waters here on a baby 1-. What do you say? All right, here's a solid chartreuse, baby 1-. It is single stamped. It does not have brass. You can't hear the mower. That's good. Single stamped, solid chartreuse, baby 1-. Again, Mann's is not in business anymore. These are hard to find. Let's go ahead and run it. We're going to start at $1. 30 seconds, sudden death. Let's go. Once the clock hits 0, it is gone. Next one I'm going to run is probably going to be a chrome black back. Any glides? Not now. Not tonight. No glides. The last time 2 times I tried to run a glide, no one bids on them. If you want some contender glides, go to Ollie's. Hey, Wes Gore, thank you. Hey, first purchase, I'll throw you a free bait in. I believe, Wes, I owe you a baby 1-. I owe you one, too, out of my personal stash. I hadn't forgot. I just been super busy. Saw where your brother caught a bunch of fish. All right, here we go. Another baby 1-. This would be a popular one. If I can get this undone here. We're going to do a little chrome black back baby 1-. These are all tangled together. It happens. All right, this one is not double stamped, but it does have copper split rings. So what I was told is they bought these copper split rings in bulk. I do have some bellows gill, not for the show today. Dang, son, 23 pounds on Kentucky Lake. I got to get out there. Evidently, they're biting. All right, chrome black back with the copper splits, not double stamped. Here we go. What's up? What's up, Darius? Illinois. I've been thinking about going to Egypt. All right, giveaway winner is popping up, and it is going to be Captain Hunter. Thank you so much. All right, chrome black back, copper split rings, baby 1-. I got to see Darius / Bullfish Balsa collection last Sunday. Holy smokes. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate it. Make your first purchase. Tell you what I'm going to do. First purchase, I give you a free bait. I did not go. I don't go watch the pros on my home lake. Like, maybe I'm just one of those guys, but it's not really going to do me, any good. However, I do know where most of those guys fish. But yeah, it does feel like I'm in Egypt. It's freaking 94 degrees right now. Thank you, Hunter, for your giveaway. I know you're a 6 cents guy. I like these party minnows. The only thing I have against the 4.0, the heads bust really easy with the screw lock. So little glue on there, you'll be awesome. Any bigger weight baits or glides? I do got this. If you want a big weight bait, here we go. We got a lot of Manns tonight, guys. I got a whole box full. Gonna run some OG Bandits too. How about a double stamp 1-. This is the big size, so this is the bigger one. Here's a baby. That's how big it is, and this is definitely a wake bait if you want to do it. All right, let's run it. Chartreuse 1-. Absolutely, that is definitely a wake bait. Run you some heavy mono, and this thing's gonna wake really good. Listen to the rattles. All right, now Bateman Jr. is going to get hired and play basketball, so we're going to get all kinds of side effects going. 30-second sudden death. When it hits 0, it's gone. And hey, Mr. Sean Bailey, thank you, sir. I've got several of these bigger ones too. Now I got babies. We're just going to go along. How about another baby 1-. Underwater fishing lights? No, sir. I'm more of a bait guy. All right, here we go. How about a double stamper? Old school double stamped gray ghost. One of the most popular baby 1- colors ever made. I know Dan Moorhead, this is one of his favorite. Yes, you did, Sean. You did. Gray Ghost, double stamp, Mann's, baby 1-. Here we go. I've only got 2 of these in this box. What's up, 513 Plumbing? I've got one of these. I've got 2 of these in the mid-minus ones, I believe. The one's my favorite is the Gray Ghost with the green sparkle. Ooh, that one's tough though. There you go, Wes. Thank you. Hold on. It's been a while since I've been on Whatnot. I've been freaking busy, uh, working. All right, to tell you what, if you want to wake baits, guys, they're not Mann's. How about some Bandit Footloose? A couple Bandit Footloose here. These are getting really tough to find. Yeah, I heard that. Darius did give me some baits. He said I'll give them to you to sell. Uh, how about this little Bandit Footloose? It's a great little color in the fall. Little pearl blue back, Bandit Footloose. Definitely a smaller wake style bait. If you like a -1, a little bit smaller. Uh, they do have a good little knock or rattle in them. No longer made. Here we go. Pearl blue back. This is pre-Pradco too, son. Got the triple grips on there. Been seeing these go for anywhere from $8 to $12. There's a few really tough colors guys are looking for, but that's a pearl blue back. I've got some really cool looking 100s here too. Yeah, they're tough. Maybe like a little finesse wake bait. Guys love these on the river. And thank you, Outdoor Classics. I may have to take my dadgum shirt off, but it's so hot in here. I'm believe my titties would get me banned from Whatnot. It says no nudity. 47 people in here. Thank you so much, guys. All right, here, let's run this little Footloose too. This is a great looking color. How about a Mistake? No bait casters, not yet. Actually, I might run a bait caster. I've got a Lose BB. Got a Lose BB1 Pro old school one. Brown trout's probably a $25 to $30 one. It's a really good one. Brad, really good. Right now, everybody's looking for them. They're getting tougher and tougher to find. So, all right, here we go. A little Bandit Footloose in Mistake pre-Pradco with the triple grips. We'll run it. Let's see if I got my Bandit I picked up at the antique store. I do have a XRK or XR50 I'll sell too. I picked up. Wow. Footloose usually goes pretty good. This is a good, tough color. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure you're following me. I'm going to do another followers giveaway here in a bit. Hey, Big Muddy, good deal on that one, bud. Good deal. If I had a taco salad, you know I would message you first thing. All right. I am sweating. I mean, I am. All right. Speaking of rare bandits, I found this at an antique shop. Check this out. A Bandit 1100 square bill. Yeah, we'll put this on here too. We're going to get back to minus ones. Just a minute. Here's some other giveaway stuff. All right, check this out. Bandit 1100 square bill. Yeah, so this is like a micro square. You don't see these very often. Great little river bait. Little bitty square bill on it. It's got some line on it. It needs cleaned up, but yeah, Matt. I'll look for them everywhere. Here we go. Little Bandit 1100 pearl red eyes. This is a rare bait. They quit making these years ago. Wow, Bandit guys just staying on here tonight, but that's all right. We're gonna run some more Manns here in a minute. I think the last one I sold here on Whatnot was about 15 bucks, but this is just a fish catching color, not crazy on the color or anything. Hey, Outdoors Classics, great buy there, great buy. All right, how about an Excalibur rattle bait? Then we'll get back to Manns. So I gotta move these. All right, check this out. Gold black back. It's missing an eye. It is missing an eye. Excalibur XR50. It's in pretty good shape. Got a little bit of hook rash. But you know that Excalibur brand tough to find. Here we go. Gold black back XR50. Excalibur missing an eye. Yeah, I do feel that gold black back's just one you just catch on. Like I like this gold black in the fall when you have some overcast, windy days. I feel like I get a lot more bites on gold than the silver. Grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit. Okay. I don't know what that means, but thanks all for 513. Thank you, sir. Good deal there. Cool thing is you can draw an eye on there. All right, let's get back into the Manns before I get too carried away tonight. It's super freaking hot. It is super freaking hot. I haven't had much luck. I haven't been bait hunting in a long time. I've been working so hard. Here we go. Chartreuse greenback baby 1 minus. This one is not double stamped, but it is a tough color. I do have one top order I can run tonight. This is a Balsa Bull. It's going to start about 30 bucks if I run it. Here we go. Chartreuse greenback 1 minus. Here we go. I saw one of these on eBay go for quite a bit of money. All right, I'm going to run some mids in just a second. Got 3 mid minus ones I'd like to run. I've got a lot actually. I've got a whole box full. We'll kind of vary it up. Go from minus ones to babies. All that. All right. Thank you, Wes. I can barely write with the Sharpie. Sweat's just pouring down me. Do I have any Whopper ploppers? No, I don't. Not at the moment. I don't. But I will have a big consignment show probably next Sunday. I'm going to have spoons, deep crankbaits, all kinds of stuff. I was going to do that tonight, but everybody's been asking for minus ones, and I really want to run this. All right, here we go. Here's a double stamp mid minus one. Check it out. It's got the brass or copper split rings. They call this Tiger Shad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, old fire tiger. They call it Tiger Shad. Double stamped mid -1. So it's the mid size. Here we go. And then I got a chrome black and a gray ghost I'd like to run. And I got a really rare, we'll run a threadfin shad. I've got several of these mid -1s actually. Yeah, this is a really common color, but it's a really good fish catching color. A dirty water special right here. BJ, thank you, sir. It's been a while, buddy. I should have wore a tank top. All right, here we go. Mid -1. This one is double stamped. Chrome black back. Chrome black back. Mid -1. Here we go. Let's see. I've got a baby and a big one in that tiger shad. You can see it right there. Double stamp. Some copper splits on it. A lot of guys like the chromes in the -1 series. I know Gut Hooked, he loves the chrome black backs. I'm surprised he's not in here tonight. But he's got the world's biggest collection of -1s. Outdoor Classics, wow, gonna get that one cheap. Big Muddy, good job. Number 11. And I'll try to get these shipped out tomorrow. I'm gonna go fishing in the morning. When I get back, I'm gonna get these things shipped. I'll love any spooks. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. I got a chug bug sitting up here. All right. How about a gray ghost? Mid -1. Now this one is not double stamped. See if I got one that's double stamped. Thought I did. No, I've got two of these. This one is not double stamped, but gray ghost mid -1. Good rattle to it. Here we go. Mid -1 and gray ghost. And got that little pink orange belly on it. Just a solid color, especially for the fall, imitating shad. What's up, Jay? Guys, if you're not following me, make sure you hit that follow button. I try to do a whatnot once a week. Lately, I've been working a lot of overtime, but you never know what you find on here. I try to have hard to get stuff. I'm not dealing Guggen baits. I'm not dealing 13 fishing. It's all going to be higher end stuff. Thank you, BJ. But that doesn't mean I want you to always pay higher end prices. I just try to get the stuff that not everybody else is selling because I love the growth on whatnot. But the other night I clicked on 5 different shows and they were all selling 13 fishing stuff, and I just can't do it. Like I'm not going to always bin. Yeah, I got a bone. I got a bone in my pants too. Thanks, Big Money. I tried to. I'd love to start getting into some JDM stuff, but you know, I don't have a JDM connection. Like nobody here like sells JDM, so I don't know how some of the guys are getting all the JDM stuff, which is fine. Get it how you need to. But I contacted one, and they said the only way we'll sell these if you got a store. So, hey, I just found another mid -1. This is a freaking awesome color. All right, we'll run this one. Here we go. Mid -1. This is, they called it threadfin shad, and it is double stamped. No. Yes, it is double stamped. You can barely make out the man's back here, and it says mid -1. This is an older one. We'll run it. Yep, I agree, Tom. Here we go. Mid -1 threadfin shad. I mean, if I find some deals at Ollie's, I'm fine to put them on here, but man, there's just so many. It's the same baits. There's some really good Lucky Crafts at Ollie's. You just got to dig and know which ones you're getting. But most of it's nothing old. But I did find like a couple of network members baits. Those are tough. Hey, I'm all for capitalism. You know what I mean? If you can make a dollar, make it. Thank you, Jay Mitch. What's up, buddy? I'm all for people. Ah. Put the wrong number on there. Yeah, dude. I mean, I've always heard it just different. Always have different stuff. But I've got one in Paducah and then one in Clarksville. That's the closest ones to me. All right, here we go. Here's a big one minus double stamp. This is a big one. And this is Gray Ghost. This is the big version. Hell yeah, we're good. Yep. Here we go. Big one minus. This is the big daddy. Look at that. Copper split rings, Gray Ghost. So if you want a bigger style wake bait, here you go. Like I said, you put some heavy mono, some 17, 20 pound big game. I'll tell you the mono filament I really like. You can get it at Tackle Warehouse really cheap. 330 yard spool is like $12. Ozerline. I love Ozerline. It's a copolymer, great for wake baits, great for spooks, top waters, poppers. It's a good glide bait line as well. Hey, thank you, Sean. I need a freaking towel. I may not ship these. Zoom like soft plastics. If I always had WEC crankbaits, Kyle, I'd buy them out. Golly. All right. Let's see. Ooh, look at this guy. Missing a hook. Here's I believe they called this one just straight up shad or gizzard shad. This is the big -1, double stamped. See if I got one here. All right, here we go. Ready? All right, we'll run that bull. I've been holding off. I don't come across them very often, but I found someone that has some extra. So Tennessee shad. That's it. Thank you, Andrea. Knew it was either shad or Tennessee shad, but this one is double stamped. This is the big version. And I've got a double stamp baby. So we'll run a few more of these bigger ones, then I'll get the babies. I do not have a Gunnersville shad in this box. I've got one in my personal collection, and I am keeping that one. I've got about 7 in my personals that I just can't let go of Bradley, and that is one of them. What's going on, Gravy? I've been MIA. Just to let you know, guys, I haven't posted on YouTube in a long time other than bait sales. I've been doing Mark Menendez TV show. Matter of fact, I get them uploaded to YouTube. This last week I got to do it. We're running behind this year. I'll be back on doing normal YouTube videos, and you guys got to let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see fishing stuff? Do you want me to do bait breakdowns? I'd like to at least upload 1 to 2 videos on YouTube a week. Get back in the thrill of things, and it's tough, right? Well, I almost say it's tough. It's hot on Kentucky Lake, so no, babies are not all sold. Matter of fact, I'm just going through some more. I've got a bunch of -1s and mid ones. Matter of fact, here's a great little mid one. Double stamp, and it is solid chartreuse. I do need to hydrate. Ready? Here we go. Mid one, -1, double stamp, solid chartreuse, dirty water killer right here. Dirty water killer. I got some Norman's crankbaits too, USA made as well. I do. Well, it got up to 110 heat index today, Brian, and the kids been hogging the fan. I ain't gonna take the fans away from the kids. You know what I'm saying? I could just go buy some more fans today. I got some great Norman colors that are tough to get to. Thank you, Wes. And Brian is going to try to hook me up with a color list for Norman, but he's good friends with the guy that was the designer for all the paint jobs on the OG Normans. And if you guys would like to see, I love this TW hat. It's stout, like stout. They had one that was a digital blue black camo with the Sonar logo. I wanted it as well. But try to get Brian's buddy Al Fisher and get him on a YouTube stream talking about Norman Bates. All right, last one of these we're going to do. Actually, we're going to do 2 more big ones, and then I'm going to get to the rest of the babies. All right. Let's see. 1, Double stamper here, Tennessee shad, mid -1. This is an old one. Got them copper split rings on it. Here we go. Tennessee shad, double stamp, mid -1. Heck yeah, we're going up north. I'd love to make a trip up to St. Clair with Darius. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to do that next year. I'll have another week of vacation. I'll bring my boat. See if Darius will let me fish with them. And we got a new buyer. Yep, this is Scotty Bank Beater. Thank you, sir. I thought it was a new buyer. I think you are, and I'll send you a free bait. Norman Gelcoat suspending jerkbait. Interesting. He may know. If anybody does, he will. Dude, this one's like brand new out of the package. Good deal. All right. Here's one more regular -1. It's the Big Daddy. So if you're looking for a Big Daddy waker, it is double stamped. The older one in the Fire Tiger. Man, that's a big wake bait. All right, here we go. I may keep a few of these big ones for the fall here on Kentucky Lake. I know guys love the babies. The babies get so many bites. Interesting. Jen Claire, Largies, Trout Eaters. I throw that up on a gravel bar on a windy, overcast day, Kentucky Lake. You might catch a big smallie on that. And Big Muddy, thank you, Big Muddy. Guys, follow Big Muddy. He's a good seller here on Whatnot. There's several great sellers that pop into the streams here. Bobcat, Big Muddy, several of those guys. Make sure. Any big rats? Man, I don't have any big rats today. I'm going to work with my buddy, Narrowgate Baits. He's got he makes rats, and I may try to get him to make some up and whatnot those. Frogs? No, sir. All right. All right, let's do a couple baby -1s right now. Do a couple babies. I got some more big ones I gotta move out of here. All right, baby -1s coming up. All right, so I got 4 of them here. All right, this one is not double stamped, but it's the old Fire Tiger, Tiger Shad. What's the inline spinner behind me? Inline spinner. I'm not sure I have an inline spinner behind me. No, I don't have an inline spinner behind me. I got some hair jigs. Any 7-inch resin trick shad? I got an 8-inch. I've got this one right here. I was going to sell it, but I actually think I'm going to keep it. Divine 6 cents. I don't sell any of the 6 cents behind me, but all that stuff from my pro staff deal with them. All right, here we go. Tiger Shad, baby 1-. This one's not double stamped, but it is a baby 1-. Bobby Boss is going to jump on it. I've got 1. I've got 2. I got 3 double stampers left. Baby 1s. So what I was told by a guy that knows this version and the double stamp, as far as internally, there's no difference. However, later in the 90s, early 2000s, the mold, some China started producing some baits for Manns. And if they were made in China, there's definitely a sound difference, definitely a mold difference. Thank you, Jay Mitch. Man, it's hot. All right, here we go. Here's another baby 1-. Let's do a double stamp. Chrome black back double stamp. Heard that. Heard that, Scott. Baby 1-. Oh, what the fudge? Baby 1-. Chrome black back double stamper. And I've got like 5 more -1s and mid -1s. And then we'll be done with this box. I like this one, this chrome black back. This chrome blue back's really good as well. Yeah, Bass Pro did buy Mann's Bait Company. Now, they didn't get all the molds for the -1s. I do know that. But they got all their injection mold machines and stuff like that. I got jelly worms too, guys. If you guys are looking for jelly worms, I'll get my jelly worms out next week. I got a bunch of those. I got the big 11 inchers. I got 7 inchers, 9 inchers. I got worms. All right. All right, here we go. Tennessee shad, baby 1-. This one is not double stamped. We'll do it, Bobby. We'll do something like we'll make you a good price on them. I'll sell you some through Messenger, and then I'll keep some whatnot. But I'll give you the juice on it. Love this color. This is just a natural color. Older first runs have a full orange belly. Yeah, this one isn't a first run. It's not a double stamp. No, I'll take care of Bobby for sure. The only problem with the big ones, they're hard to ship. I think I did. I did. I watched Dumb and Dumber 2 the other night. It was really funny, but it was really forced. Like, you could tell they were trying too hard to be funny. The first one, it was just so natural. Like, hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, big gulps. See you later. Like, I laughed so hard at that. There's nothing like that in the second one. All right, I got 2 more baby -1s. This is it. This is all I've got to sell. Double stamped gray ghost. One of the goats right here. Double stamped gray ghost. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I'd always heard. That was just like Jim Carrey doing Jim Carrey things. Uh, I say that all the time at work when I see people. You know, like, hey, what's up? Big gulps. See you later. We're gonna run some Normans after this and some other random baits too, guys. So you'll be able to maybe get some good deals. J Mitch. All right. I need to be hitting up some yard sales, but man, I've been working so much overtime, it's hard to hit up yard sales. But when I start just seeing baby clothes and Confederate flags, I really don't get into the yard sales. Yeah, I'm sure I can change it. Yeah, that's right, Hunter. You do something like this, and you totally redeem yourself. All right, baby -1 threadfin shad, double stamp. It has got copper all over it. This is a really good one. Tough one. Chartreuse grayback orange. They call this threadfin shad double stamp. This is my last baby 1- tonight. And then we'll run the rest of a few more of these -1s, and then I got some more bandits here and just random stuff. So y'all stick with me. Matter of fact, after I do this baby 1-, we'll throw up another giveaway. I do have some Footloose Bandit. I got 2 of them right here. I sold 2 earlier. Thank you, J Mitch. Let's throw up a giveaway. Let's throw up a giveaway. All right, giveaway. This will be a little different. We're going to do a little 6 cents koozie because it's hot and you need to hydrate. Keep her cold. And a little pack of 6 cents clobber minnows. And this is an exclusive color. Little crappie minnows. So a koozie and some clobber minnows. What's up, JD's Fishing? Giveaway number 2. Y'all enter that for a giveaway. You know what? I might even throw you a bait in there with a bass bait with that as well. Giveaway number 2. All right. Someone asked for Footloose. Let me get these apart. I'll run. I got 4 bandits. I'll run. I got some really good 2 really good 100s. All right, check this. Little translucent watermelon red Bandit 100. It is definitely pre-Pradco. Tough color right here, especially finding a 100. Here we go. My Bandit guys, get in here. Yeah, terrible color. Just don't catch fish. Oh yeah, yeah. That's hilarious. Thought the Rocky Mountains would be a whole lot more rockier. Yeah, that John Denver's full of shit. Thank you, BJ. Man, a lot of guys are really searching for the 100s right now. It's a great square bill, a little bit smaller than a 1.5, not close, almost that 1.0 size. And the pre-Pradco ones just ran so good. DT46, I don't have any tonight. Don't have any tonight. I'm trying to score a bunch. All right, here we go. Here's a Bandit footloose. I got this one loose. Chrome, black back, Bandit footloose. Yeah, I got a couple 200s in my personal stash, and I'm not going to sell those. That's a really good color when the water is clear in the spring here on Kentucky Lake. Even Lucky Craft makes a Rayburn red flake. It's a really clear red. It's great when the water's clear. All right, chrome black back, footloose. Yeah, chrome bill. This is a pretty old one, I believe. Dude, I got sweat dripping off my biceps like I've been pumping iron. Yeah, my kids watch Dumb and Dumber with me, and they think it's funny. Yep, triple grip one. This is a good one, I believe. Has a good sound to it. Outdoors Classics, taking down a classic. Vern, when are you going to have those Excaliburs ready for whatnot? Or am I saying too much? Let me know. Guys, y'all got 2 minutes to get in the giveaway. A little 6 cents koozie, some clobber minnows. It's free. All you got to do is be following me. Oh. So what I'm saying is y'all might want to follow Rougarou Bayou Lures. It's my man Vern McLean. Him and Mr. Bandit, they know so much about bandits and have helped me. He's going to have a bunch of Excalibur lipless baits. I don't know when he's going to list them, but he's going to have them. So y'all pay attention to him. All right, here's 2 more bandits. Here's another footloose. This one's a pretty common one, I believe. Oh, Fire Tiger. In the pack, too. So if you're collecting or you want ones that have never been fished, oh, I just got a triple grip in the footloose Fire Tiger, little one Bandit. Man, these things sound good. Just a great little rattle. Here we go. Oh, footloose and Fire Tiger. Great little color. This would be a great Tennessee river bait. When I say river, I mean actually fishing the Tennessee River. I may have to go down to the river and try to film, at least try to catch one. I don't have a chesty mount. I don't have a second GoPro, so I kind of don't do a lot of the vlogging day on the lakes. But man, I sold a mistake, Andrea, earlier, and a footloose for $6. But that's the deal. I'll start them at $1, and you guys get the bid and whatever it pays for, whatever. Heard that. All right, all right. Help me out, Vern. What's the name of this color? This is transparent. It's got a purple head, gold back. It is a 100. I feel like I know the name. Purple head. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, this one's sick. You don't find this one very often, especially in a 100. Giveaway happening right now. Who's our giveaway winner? It is Salty K. Congratulations for winning the giveaway. Effing sexy. I believe I'd like to get Mike Russell to do one like this. All right, here we go. I know the guy that runs Bass Mooch. He used to be with 6 Cents, really good guy, Knox, and I know that he's doing a lot of good things with Bass Mooch. He's like their product or pro staff manager, whatnot. Really good guy. We remain friends. He's going to send me some Bass Mooch stuff to check out. Now, some of it, I ain't gonna lie, the older stuff is kind of copies, and they're trying to get away from that and make their own stuff. So. There's one that looks just like a speed trap, and I think that's the Midge 2.5. But I would like to check it out compared to regular speed trap. Yellow Fever. I have not seen that one. There's some on eBay I saw the other day. They're like $100, and they are colors I've never seen. Definitely special runs. All right, here we go. Purple Head 100. Dude, I like the Griffin Zeros. I don't know if I've ever ran it. Vern says very tough color. Interesting. If Vern says it's tough, I guarantee it's tough. What about black with chartreuse sparkle? How tough is that one? Salty K, you made your first purchase, so I'll send you a free bait when I ship your stuff with your giveaway. Congratulations, Salty K. So that's all the bandits I've got right now. I got some more -1s, and we're going to roll to some Normans. We're going to keep a pretty easy night here. It's hot, really hot. All right, that one I'm going to keep. All right, I got 3 more mans I'm going to roll. I got to actually check this out. How about a little Strike King Series 1? And like, it's like a gizzard shad. Oh, I won't. Here we go. Strike King Series 1 square bill. Don't see these very often. I know some people that are mooches and they just kind of like to, it's basically a bum. Used to have some friends in college that were mooches. Drink up all your beer, eat up all your food. Don't get a driver's license. You know what I'm saying? I do like what Geek Crack's doing, Bobby. I do like what they're doing. Mr. Ross, congratulations, Mr. Ross. I like that Series 1 square. It is a really good bait, and people forget about that. And I'll tell you the one Strike King bait you guys need to look for and find. Try to find the 1XS. So if you like a man's -1, Strike King 1XS. Really, really good. I know that Kevin Van Dam has a box of like 200 of them. So it's one of his favorite baits that Strike King ever discontinued. All right, here's some more mans. Here's another chartreuse. This is a mid -1, solid chartreuse, double stamp. This is the old one. Got the copper split rings. Here we go. Hardliner is a good bait. They're available now at Tackle Warehouse. I need to put this show up I did with Mark. We literally got the production models, went to Lake X, and he smashed them pretty good. Now, they were biting really well, but the Hardliner, I've thrown it. You know, I'm not sponsored by Strike King. It's a good bait. It casts really well for a flat side, especially its size. It's got good vibration. It's not like overwhelming. But it's definitely dives down to 6 foot if you're on like 12-pound fluorocarbon. I'll tell you something cool about it, Bobby. You can throw it out and you burn it. It won't blow out. But what's wild is instead of it just keeping diving deeper and deeper, when you reel it really fast, it will sit there and like suspend and run at like 3 feet. So that's cool if you're fishing shallow banks or shallow flats and you don't want that bait just grinding in the bottom. You just want it ticking. You can run it really fast. And it's just going to tick there about 3.5 foot of water. I think we all had gravy. And here's the thing: I went to college 3 different times, and it took me the 3rd time to actually get a degree. So that's what happens when you're too focused on fishing. I don't recommend that. Matter of fact, I told Junior he's going to be Junior's going to be 13 in January, and anybody that's been following me, it's been crazy. And I said, dude, go to trade school, go work on air conditioners, stuff like that. Go work, find work in a body shop. He likes to draw. Dude, you can paint cars for a living and make good money. All right. Here's a straight up -1 big guy, double stamped in gray ghost. Welder, pipe fitter. Dude, those guys make bank, and you can find a job. The trades, there's so many people, uh, businesses looking for people in the trades. Here we go. Big 1- gray ghost. I tried to get 6 cents to do some balsa crank a couple years ago. The problem is how many would have to be made for mass production and getting them where they'd be affordable. Because I don't think they have anyone in house that can make a balsa crank. So I tried hooking them up with like Cliff Pace and a couple other builders, and it was just, guys aren't going to pay $30 for a balsa bait in retail. So there's BJ. Thank you, BJ. But if it could be done, definitely try it. But that's not something you want to like have manufactured in China. That would be a big no-no. You'd almost have to collaborate with a builder. All right, last man's of the night. Here's a big -1, double stamped chrome black back. Yeah, I feel you, Kyle. And don't want to be in underwater. Yep, feel you, Mr. Ross. I'm a union steel worker. Now, saying that, I'm just in the steelworkers union. I work in a Luca Bond factory, and currently, I run a extruder that mixes plastic pellets and other stuff, and we push it through the middle of two pieces of aluminum. Thank you, Scotty, so much. OK City or Pacers? I'm going to go with the Pacers. I was a big Rick Smits fan growing up, and Reggie Miller. Mark Jackson. I like the Pacers. Dude, these guys are good. These guys are good. All right. Let's get into some Norman crankbaits, and these are all going to be in the package. These are good colors. Oh. Here we go. Deep little end, USA made, right here on the package. You can see where it's Norman in Arkansas. The new ones have Pradco's name. Here we go. This is chartreuse, brown, and orange back. Matter of fact, there was a kid in my Whatnot stream a few weeks ago that caught like a 20-pound sack off this exact bait he bought in the stream. Here we go. Starting them at $1. Deep little end, chartreuse, brown, orange back. Yeah, so I'm also going to tell you guys, I'm not like one of those guys that if you're not in the union, that sucks. Every union's different, and there's some pros, there's some cons. I'm blessed to get paid what I do. It's not the highest paying job around, but I only drive 2 miles work. There you go, Bobby. I'm gonna write the number on this on the barcode on the back. If it's cool with you, you mind if I write on the back of here? Actually, I think I can put this in a bag. I know some of you guys like to collect in the packages. I don't want to ruin them. Yep. Well, all right. What next do I got? I got a big sack full. Oh, this is a great one. Deep little one, guys. This is called Blue Flash. So you see that silver down it? So it's kind of a bone pearl blue back, but it's got this little silver streak in it. A lot of guys hunting these. Here we go. Starting at $1. Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel that. I'd love to get back in the industry somehow, Brian. Right now is not a good time because I'm so busy. I'd love to do what you do, is be a rep, something that maybe I could do part-time from home. I'll be a rep for a company. I'd love to just be a 6 Cents rep. I could drive to Gunnersville in a day and knock out all those stores in East Tennessee. Thank you, Bobby. You said you're gonna bust them open, so I'm gonna ride on this package here. So if you buy one of these, you don't want to ride on the package, let me know. All right, here's a DD22. Sweet color here. DD22 Tennessee Ghost. This is definitely a tough color to find. So it's like a ghost Tennessee shad. Started at $1. Let's go. DD22. Do you think being an electrician would be better than a mechanic or no? Dude, so it's really hard to find a good mechanic. But it's easy to find a job as an electrician, especially if you go through the union. You don't have to be, go through IBW to be an electrician. My dad was an electrician. He started when he was in the military in the Navy. Thank you, Salty K. Tough color right there. Man, I'm seeing these Normans on eBay. Some of these tough colors go for big money. Any Guggen Mountain Dew? I don't have any Guggen. No Guggen. I may find a Mountain Dew Norman. Oh, here we go. Let's do another DD22. I got some tough colors here. And I can get more of these. This one fell out of the package. Let me get it. This is a sweet freaking color, too. Man. So, Bill Norman, back in the day, I'm going to tell you, they were the 6 Cents of the 90s and the early 2000s. They made so many good colors. This color is called Brown Trout. Brown Trout DD22. Check that out. Holy smokes. Yeah. Love that color. You don't even have to be around trout, but Norman DD22 Brown Trout. Here we go. Yeah, I don't want to be the guy giving life advice, but whatever you do, whether it's a trade, sit behind an office, whether you want to be in the fishing industry, love your job, love what you're doing. And I got lucky. I bounced around from tackle shops. I love doing that. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay the bills when you got 2 kids. You don't get insurance. You might if you got a good employer. But I love my job at the Lucabon plant. Like the overtime, it gets tiring. Thank you, Mr. Ross. I appreciate that. The sick color. What number is that? 30. I'm going to put the card for this in here too, in case you need it. Yep, I totally get that, man. I totally get it. Look, if you've got knowledge of something, whether it's comic books, sports cards, fishing tackle, you can make a decent side hustle, and I have just selling stuff on the internet. Now, it takes time and knowledge. Uh, you got to know what you're selling, whether that's antiques. All right, here's another DD22. Here, oh, man, look at this one. Power Perch. It's got like a purple back. You also that purple head Bandit. Yeah, I have found the mother load a good one. I don't actually have one, Bobby. I actually had to order some Friday night. Yes, chili pepper is a good one. Fried green mayo, spring crawl. Yeah. This is Power Perch DD22. So if you like the blue, any silent 22s, I don't. I don't. I know a lot of guys like suspend 22s and deep little ends. I'm trying to find those as well. I've been blessed here around Kentucky Lake to find a lot of Normans because this was just the crankbait. But man, there's guys all across the country who are like, man, I could not never find those. Hey, Sean, thank you. I'm going to write on the package. See right there, made in USA. That's definitely pre-Pradco. I'll probably be getting more of these as well. All right. Deep little end. Man, that's a rare deep little end. I've just got 2 more 22s, and the rest are deep little end. That's a good one. Ha. This one's badass. I've thought about keeping it for myself. All right, here we go. Deep little end. Here's one called Rubber Duck. Rubber Duck in a deep little end. I had this one a week or two ago. I didn't know the color name, but now I do. Rubber Duck, deep little end, made Greenwood, Arkansas. Yep. It's come from a closeout in a sporting goods store here in Western Kentucky. Brian, you may have remembered them. I don't know if you ever repped Benson's Sporting Goods there in Murray. He had a bunch of these on sale. I would love to actually, and I've heard he's going to sell it. I'd love to own that store. The problem is location in Murray. Oh yeah, 100%. I believe Norman, you're right on that, Bobby. Thank you, guy. Thank you, Bobby. And you know what's also underrated though? Yeah, Bomber Flat A's. This is nasty. The Norman NXS was a really good bait. All right, check this one out. Chartreuse blue, red lateral line in the package. Now this one in a DD22 is one I threw a lot. Unfortunately, Pradco ruined Norman, changed my mind. Here we go. They had a little bit of Lucky Craft back in the day. You know, Fisherman's Headquarters in Draftonville had probably the most Lucky Craft. But, you know, Benson's, there for a bit, they didn't have a lot of fishing tackle. And then now they got a really good selection. I'm surprised Bass Snatcher hadn't stopped in there and rated them. You know, I need to text him. They opened the road up by my house that goes to that lawnmower store. Bobby, I appreciate it, man. You guys are awesome. Do these Normans. I got some random baits here. I may ship as well. All right. I think I've saved the best for last. All right, I will. Favorite color flat A. Mine is the Chartreuse Purple Back Bill Dance one. And Ozark Shad. Those two flat A's, they're so hard to find, but man, they catch. A common color, pearl green back flat A, it catches them too. All right, Watermelon Candy DD22. Watermelon Candy DD22. Big Money's got a deep flat A Ozark Shad for sale. There's some guys that want that bait really bad. Now, if you got a random bait you want to paint that color, TK Stanley paints the best Ozark Shad. You'll see. Like I need to send him some juice to paint up. Like I'd like a couple 6 cents baits painted up in that color because I like the bait so much. Thank you, BJ. I'll try to put all this stuff in boxes, but once I get all these big Norman packages, I may have to go to padded envelopes. A good thing we don't have no balsa tonight, so I don't have to worry about them being busted. But, you know, I've sold almost 5,000 items, and a couple weeks ago I had a guy that got a package. It literally looked like the Taliban had it. It was like blown up and stuff was run over, so I had to refund the guy, which I have no problem. Like, this wasn't a guy that, ooh, Purple Perch 2.5? Yes, sir. Send me that link to that show. I might be at work, though. All right. Deep little end. This is a sweet little color. This is called Fire Stick. It is a translucent prism color. It's like a bubblegum crawl, kind of. They call this Fire Stick in the package. Here we go. I love this color. This would be a good springtime, clear water. Maybe if you're Lee Livesey, I don't know. I love that prism. They made a couple of these prism color, crawl colors that are tough. Bobby, you're going ham tonight, bud. Going ham. All right, I've got 2 more Normans. I have to get the old tackle warehouse boxes shipped to Bobby. Whew. All right. I don't know if I'll find another one of these. Remember the Lucky Craft Copper Green Shad? Look at here, a DD22 in Copper Green Shad. They made this in a deep little N as well. This one is sick. One of the best all-time RC 1.5 colors. And Norman did do their own version. So Copper Green DD22. Here we go. Made in the USA. You know, it's wild with all the tariffs and stuff now. How much money or how good would Norman be doing if it was still made in the USA? No tariffs. Might even get the Donald Trump handshake on the deal. Might even get a tweet. Thank you to Norman Lures for making their crankbaits in the United States. Thank you, Tom. All right, got one more Norman. And then I'm going to run the balsa bull. Been teasing it, but I'm really going to do it. I'm going to run the balsa bull. And then I'll run a buyer's giveaway. And I'm probably going to call it evening because I'm hot. I mean, I'm really hot. If you guys want me to get more Normans, I will try to search for more Normans. All right, last one, deep little N. This is a good one, guys. Everyone's favorite on here. Texas Shad red lateral line in the package. Like everyone always asks for Texas Shad deep little ends. Well, here's the Texas Shad red lateral line. Here we go. Deep little end. Balsa sucks. Heard that. Darius just throws it all year and catches them. You know what I mean? I don't blame him either. I'd like to get me some of them Marty Burns Dreamwalkers. Thank you, BJ. All right. I've been teasing for it for a while, but we're going to run it. This is a balsa bull. This one's in good shape. Maybe change the hooks on it. It's full. It's kind of got a bluish black back to it. Screw it. I'm going to start it at $1. Here it goes. Balsa bull, baby. This is a $100 bait almost. At least 40, 50. Sean Bailey was wanting this thing. Might be waiting to the end. But this is kind of a piece of fishing history here. Luckily, I happen to know someone said they had some extras. I'm not going to sell them. Balsa bull. And it goes to Bailey Bass. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. That's about right. That's going rate for one. All right, let's do a buyer's giveaway. And I'm going to get off here. I'm just so hot tonight. A little short. Next Sunday, we'll try to have a longer stream. I've still got thousands of baits on consignment. Let's put together a little buyer's giveaway here. Let's see. What do I want to run in the buyer's giveaway? Wish I got a mega bass over here. Let's see if I got a mega bass. No. Let's see. Buyer's giveaway. Screw it. I don't catch fish on this anyway. Buyer's giveaway, we're going to have a Pop Max. I'd love to find some trick shads. All right, anybody that bought, I've got a special edition GP a Chocolat Pop Max. This has come from the Hookup Tackle. So anybody that was a buyer getting the giveaway, I'll run it for a few minutes. So I don't know. I could probably make some money on this, but I'd rather give it to somebody that spent some money with me today. I don't mind doing some mega bass giveaways. It is what it is. So we'll let this run down to about 2 minutes. But next week, I'll have some more stuff. Got all this stuff from Darius he sent me. Just a bunch of random stuff next week. I know I'm going to have some big spoons, some hair jigs. I'll do frogs. all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I may delay shipping this because I like to make a little TikTok. This is the most, in my opinion, these are cool looking baits. I'm not a collector of mega bass. You missed the boss of bull colic. You missed it. Sure did. Hey, not a problem, Big Muddy. Again, I'll be looking for some more stuff. Next Sunday, we'll do deep cranks and all kinds of stuff. I've got to move a ton of deep cranks. I got Ben Parker Magnum spoons. I'll have hair jigs. I might even. I've got a bunch of tungsten weights that I need to separate, and we'll do tungsten like 10 pieces of 1/8 ounce and 1/4 ounce, and put them in little bags and start them at $1, whatnot. So, all right, if we got all tonight's buyers in here, if you bought something, hit that giveaway. If not, I'm gonna fix them to run it. I got to get in that AC. I'll probably start it at about 8 o'clock next Sunday night, so the humidity's down. All right, let's go ahead and run this buyers giveaway. We'll draw the winner. Hey, not a problem, Gore. I'll throw you an extra one there in your package, too. I told you I would. J. Mitch. J. Mitch. Yes, sir. J. Mitch. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. And I got some custom baits going to head your way. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'll be back next Sunday. You never know what's going to be on here. But I do know we'll have deep crankbait spoons and that kind of stuff. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll get the stuff shipped out ASAP. We'll go raid somebody if you guys want to get on some more fishing. You can go hang out with old Justin, good dude here.